alive? I'm alive, I'm alive. Oh, shit, camera. Not camera, bloody microphone. There we go. Microphone. Hello. Hello. Oh, that's weird. You're not on as Chaos Gamer. Weird. Shalom, Adam. Hello, sir. How are we? Hope everybody is very, very well. Oh, shit. There you go. People now know that I watch myself on stream. Things might look a little bit different, only because we're trying something absolutely new, what I haven't done before, and it's kind of different and new and funky and sexy and stuff. So I've got a whole host of things here. So this is what I've tried. So people let me know. Nigel, hello, sir. Right. So there's going to be a slight change. So I'm going to have a little play around. You can't really see that, can you? Right, I might end up getting rid of that. I'm guessing that looks a bit shite. Now, let me try something. There we go. That's better, isn't it? Can you all read that? Can you all read that okay? Yeah, you can read it. Because I thought, why not? Just for a change, just put like the chat on. Just about. I need to figure out how to do it better then. I wonder if I can pull a dock out and do that. No, maybe another time. But yeah, I just thought I'd put that because I had a big empty space right above my head. Not in my head, above my head. So, you're watching on your phone? Ah, yeah, fair enough. Looks alright on a tablet. Okay. I mean, you can see what's underneath anyway. Michael, hello, sir. How are we? How is the noise as well? Because obviously, rather than just being deadly quiet, I've put Space Marine in the background. Noise is fine. Wonderful. Can you hear me all right? So, yeah. So we've pretty much got everything set up where I've got a couple of models that I can paint. So I've decided to put the good camera here. Hello. And the great camera there and the good camera here. And then we got another camera here, but I won't be using that one. Mainly because I can do things like this and show off my Contempt of Dread. And hopefully, there you go. Yeah, there you go. So you can then see a bit of detail on him. So obviously you can see he's already undercoated. There are little bits on top and whatnot that I am going to go over. So I've got a couple of models to show off. So he's a Blade Champion. Yep. Is it? Have I gone off? Your internet's off. Mine's fine. No, it's fine on that.
That's been cut off downstairs.
Jen's been cut off. Ha ha! Everyone still see me okay? Jen apparently can't. I don't know. Yeah, with a gold base coat because the Custodes, and they're basically gold. So my plan with these, that's better. If I put my hand there like that, it's better that way. It's going to be a bit odd because I've got the camera looking like this, and I'm trying to get it right. And then for my army when I go Valfest, that's going to be my leader. There you go. So that's a Terminator. So that's a Custody Terminator. You can see the difference in the sizes. So yeah, I'm surprised it's not resin. They used to. It's plastic now. It's plastic. So yeah, so this is how I'm going to do it. So I'm just going to flip back over to the other one just so we can have a natter. And we're in Jen's speciality. Don't know if you can all read that. Because if you know, you know. Right. Also, if anyone is wanting to come onto Discord and have a chat, just let me know and I'll put the Discord on and we can just have a natter with a few people. Because, yeah, why not? It's just going to be a chill out. Yeah, Jen, if you know, you know. Let me have a look at chat while I'll be doing that. So yeah, it looks alright on tablet. Michael's fine. Good to hear. Are they made out of metal or plastic or other stuff? So yeah, they're plastic. So there are ones that you can get. So yeah, Nigel. There you go. That's how you get them. That's how they arrive. So these are bigger than it, but that started out life on a sprue like that. And that's how they started life. So these are some of the bits I'm going to be putting together in a minute. And that's how they start life. And they're all grey as well. And the base, which you can see there is gold, because I've sprayed it, is black. So the bases start... There you go. So the bases start life like that. And then you glue them all together. Because you get a big instruction book with it all in. And then eventually when you put them together, they look like this. And you get the instructions on how to put them together. So that's what I'm going to be doing in a bit. I'm surprised it's not resin. You can get resin ones, as I say. You can. So these used to be. So up until about, what, 6 or 7 years ago, they were all resin. But resin are a pain in the ass because if you drop it, they just crack and they're goose. But this is quite a nice little plastic. Yeah, pretty much like Airfix. Yeah, pretty much like Airfix. It's a bit more intricate, a bit more delicate. Yeah, you want to, if you want to see the fiddly ones, these are a bit fiddlier. So they're a bit smaller. Well, look at all them, and you get little things like these bits over here. Got a small layer, and you got to glue them. So I've got two different types of glue. So I've got the plastic glue you get from Games Workshop. And I got this one, which I prefer using at the minute, because rather than a squeezy, it's a brush, and you just brush it on. Now, there may be a chance through this that I end up drinking paint water, because I've got... That is what I use to wet my brush. And that's me drink. So I might end up doing that. But no, it's... You know, it's nice and relaxing. Yeah, Jen. So with Jen's models, because these are all Jen's. They're all Jen's. And I've got to put them together and I've got to undercoat them. So I've got to get them to that stage before she does anything with them. Even then she does fuck all with them anyway. Hang on, we've gone past 5 minutes. Oh yes, 7. Good. Yeah, even then she does bugger all anyway. Just use Revel stuff. What is that glue, is it, Ad? Yeah, you'd make it. She gets migraines though, Michael. So like the minute she starts doing it, all of a sudden she's like, "Oh, I got migraine, gotta go to bed." So yeah, that's pretty much what she's like. Ain't that right, Jen? You hate Tamiya glue. That's what this one is, I think. Yeah, that's Tamiya glue. It does smell. It does smell. But then I have all my tools for putting them together. So I've got my snips. They're donkey's years old, them ones. Still going strong. I've got some very, very old. If anyone in chat is under 25, they're older than you. And they're still the same files I use today. And all you do is every so often, once you've got them full of dust and stuff, you just taps them all off and that's it. They're all ready to go. And then you get dust all everywhere. In case I need it to put them together, or if I fancy having a wank. And then that is what did that. So if you look, you can't quite tell. I'll show you it on the other one in a minute. But I've got a nasty scar that goes from there to the other side. And yeah, I ended up was doing something. One of these went straight through. So that's what caused it. Yeah, sometimes she goes blinds with it, yeah. Contact adhesive comes with a metal needle. Nice and accurate to apply. Yeah. Jen's 21. 21, my ass. Right. So, Jen, can you just put a stream on your Discord? I'm just going to put it on my Facebook. I'm not going to bother doing all the messaging because fuck it, why not? I'm live doing a hobby stream on YouTube. Not YouTube, as I put them. Paste, post. There you go. And if you know, you know. Wonderful. Right. So when we're putting that for the minute, I'll just put it over here. And I've also got my wet palette. So in case anyone's wondering what a wet palette is, this is a wet palette. So I used to paint on a tile. So I've got a big bath tile downstairs. It's about a bit bigger than that, probably about kind of that big. And I used to always paint on that, but these are miles better. So anyone who wants to paint, get yourself a wet palette. So all it is, let me fix all these. This is all a fresh one. It's basically just a sponge that absorbs the water. And then what you do is you put this paper on. It's like just parchment paper, really. It's just a clear parchment paper. And all I'm doing now is just clearing all the air bubbles out of it. See how it's all got loads of bubbles in it? So I'm just clearing out the bubbles. And what you do with that then is as you're painting, you mix it on that rather than on the palette, because in the palette it will just dry off in the daytime. Well, not even that. It'll dry off in like minutes. So you're then having to keep adding water and you're diluting it, and it's just gone shit and shit and shit. Where with this, because there's water in it, it just keeps your paint wet for days. So if you're in the middle of doing a certain coat and it's getting late, you want to go to bed, or as happened to me many a time, you can always just come back and redo it. And then yeah, that's pretty much how you have it. And you can see there it sinks through, so all them different colours underneath are all the colours I've used, and there's a lot of oranges because that's what's off the gold. So I've done a lot of fucking gold recently. Adam's got a mental age of 12. I wouldn't even say that old. Men mature that age, it's downhill from then on. Yeah, true, yeah, that's very true. Yeah, we get to about 8 or 9 and that's it, we peak. Yeah. So, right, what I'm going to do first then is I'm going to switch over. No worries, Ad. I'm a year younger, so fuck it. Yeah, if anyone wants to, if Dan or anyone, Ad, or if anything, just let me know. What I'll do is, let me just open up the Discord. That is mine, so don't switch. Got it. I'm gonna put myself in the gaming lobby. You're in bed. Oh, come on, Discord, and put the camera on. Yeah, so I'm basically now just on Discord, so if anyone wants to pop along and say hello. Bed chat. Yeah, well, it's better than the bath chat you had with Marshall. Right, firstly then, right, let's move some shit around. And let me get that one. So always shake, always shake, always shake. Oh yeah, have you seen the t-shirt I'm wearing, by the way? Ta-da! Ta-da! Can't stand up much more because this bloody wire's in the way. Right, let me lift that out of the way for an armrest. So let's switch over. Anyone come in yet? No. Hobby stream. Yeah, so I'm just shaking. So this is what I'm going to be using now. Always a good one to put in the highlighted, in the recess bit. So pick Blade Champion, Terminator Shield Captain, or Contemptor Dreadnought. Which one? Have you noticed what the Contemptor Dreadnought stood on as well? Pair of skulls. So I can paint them white. Do the Captain, do the Dread. So that's one for Captain, one for Dread. So I'm guessing the Blade Champion's out. We'll put him to one side for a minute then. Just put him over here somewhere. Come on, one more. We need another vote. Who are we doing for? Who are we going? I'm going to be doing them both. It's just which one's first. Captain? No worries. We'll do Captain first then. Right. So you'll notice quite a lot. Davos! Davos, would you like to come into Discord and have a chat while I'm doing a hobby stream? If you do, I'm in the gaming chat on the Discord. Just pop in. Yeah, so pretty much, if you want to keep a tip on it, I mean, these are Games Workshop synthetic ones, the shit. There you go. So if you want to keep a tip on it like that, first job, in the water, mix it round. and there's going to be an excess amount of water on it. Put it in your mouth, pull it out, and you get the tip. Oh, Davos has lost his voice. No worries. Right. So, let's do this. So, I've got a bit of light. Let me see if I can make that a bit brighter. Change the light colour over, actually. That one. That's darker. White light. There we go. That's a bit better. That's a bit better. Right, let's move that out of the way. So, yeah, hail. Oh, here we go. Oh, the nasty pasty has arrived. Hang on, let's make sure I've not muted him. I think I've muted you. Hang on, Nate. No, you're not muted. Don't know why you're not coming through. Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on. I've swapped. Hang on. I know why. It's probably because the output's not coming to my headphones. You can probably hear him, but I can't. Right, give me a sec, Nate. Give me a sec. Settings. Settings. Voice and video. Yeah, that's why the output device has been changed. Defaults. No, not default speakers. Yes, gaming headset. Speakers, Logitech. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yeah, I had it set up.
There we
wrong.
go.
Nate is the nasty pasty. Nate is the nasty pasty. Can everyone hear Nate? Nate, please say hello to everyone.
Hello.
There he is. You can hear him now. Good. You can hear him now. Yeah, sorry, because I've been dicking around with these cameras. Discord decided to send all the noise to the bloody speaker instead of these, and I need it to these so you guys can hear it. So yeah.
Hello.
Welcome to your first stream of being part of. Thank you very much, sir.
Alright, I just saw you in there. I thought, fuck it, I'll pop in.
Yeah, come on in. The more the merrier. Anyone can pop in, say hello. Apart from Jen, we don't want Jen. We don't want Jen popping in and talking. She can fuck off. I mean, Jen, you know I love you, but yeah, no, it's men only. She'll come in now and say something. You wait. Right, I'm just going to edge this over.
Oh, you painting Terminator?
I've already undercoated everything. I'm getting unalived. So I've undercoated everything, and then basically I'm a man with the missing parts. That's what Jen said. So what I'm going to do now is put all the recesses in the shadows and the corners and stuff. So the best thing to use with this is Seraphim Sepia, which, let me put the lid back on so I don't spill it everywhere, which is that one. Balls on your chest.
Davos.
Davos!
Hello. I'm not staying, just making my presence known. Hello.
No worries at all, buddy. Thank you very much for popping by. I always appreciate it.
Of course, have a good stream. Goodbye.
Oh, bless. Bless you. You can tell his voice is going. That's my boy, Davos. Right, so let's lean forward. So I'm going to start down here. So basically what I'm going to do is try and get into all these little recesses here and just coat over. So what I tend to do is go as thick as I want, because I can always push it around and just get all the in-depth going in there. I do tend to use quite a lot. So you see how it goes quite thick like that? So what you do is once you get it all nice and thick, you just start pushing it around and manipulating it, getting it into those little recesses, making the little recesses appear darker, because obviously that's where the shadows are. Now I will put an exclamation out that I am probably an average painter. I just know a few tips and techniques to make it look okay, but I'm nothing more than just a battle ready. I'd never try and do any award like shows or anything because I just get my ass kicked. So if you think I'm doing shit, that's because I probably am. Bell ends. So anyone got any questions or anything they want to pop up in chat? Are you painting as well, Nate?
No, I'll finish building that.
The baby carrier.
The baby carrier.
Invictus Tactical War, or Invicta Tactical Warsuit.
Yeah, I've got some kit bashing stuff arriving tomorrow to build
Nice.
my intercessors, and then I'll
Nice.
get everything base coated.
Nice. What colour base coat you doing?
Black.
Good.
So just get everything primed, and then the baby carrier is my airbrush testing model.
Ooh, what airbrush?
I
You got
don't.
an airbrush?
Yeah, picked one up last week, I think it was.
Nice. So, are you going to be airbrushing the undercoat like I do, or are you going to be undercoating it in black and then trying to do some fancy shenanigans with it?
It's gonna be a bit of a mixture. So, I'll certain models will be primed and base coated with the airbrush. Some will be rattle canned.
Mm-hmm.
But then it'll be sort of somewhat fancy shenanigans, but not too fancy because I'm not quite that creative.
No, fair dues. It's better. You know what? Just try. I mean, look at Davos for example. Davos is a really good painter. How many incarnations of your Emperor's Children are you up to now, Davos? Are you up to number 8 or 9 or? So if you can make a mistake, you can strip the paint off. Yeah, you can do. Yeah.
Funnily enough,
There you go. 7.5. So Davos, yeah, he's tried it. Sorry, Nate. So Davos has tried it. Tried different combinations on how he wants it to look. Stripped it, started again, stripped it, started again, and whatnot.
Funnily enough, I've just scrolled through the chat. One of the screenshots Davos put in with synthwave is exactly what I'm planning on doing.
Oh, okay, there you go. There you go. Yeah, acrylic. They're just water based, Michael. So you could. That's why That's why I use a tile or something, because when I'm finished, I can just go into the kitchen, go into the sink, just wash it off with warm water and soap, and yeah, comes off nice and easy. Jen asked something. Why did I choose Custodes? Right. So I got back into the hobby nearly 2 years ago now, and always wanted to do Dark Angel. Now I was quite fortuitous because the Lion, who is the Primarch of the First Legion or the Dark Angels, has come back. So, as I really wanted to do it, I thought it was the perfect time to do what I wanted to do. So, I got Dark Angels and started doing them. Now, I've got quite a lot of points to Dark Angels. I've got I think I'm over it now. I'm over 10,000 points worth. So, I thought maybe that's enough Dark Angels, and I can now think about doing a different chapter. Now, I didn't want to do like a Horde army or. So a Horde army is where you got shitloads of models like Tyranids and Imperial Guard and stuff like that. I wanted to do, and I didn't want to do Knights because I didn't fancy painting anything big. So pretty much my options were Custodes or Knights. And that was really it. I could have done Chaos Knights, and I thought, you know what? Custodes, you don't need many models for an army. And Custodes, A, a badass, B, going to be easy to paint, and C, quite cheap to buy because you don't need to buy all that many to have an army. I think I've got 2 squads of guard, 2 squads of wardens, 6 terminators, Discontempt the Dread, Sisters of Silence, 3 bikes, and a couple of shield captains, and that's over 2,000 points. So you've not got that many. I think it's like 40 models or something. Davos said Dettel is good for it. Yeah. I use isopropyl alcohol and I stick it in there for about 5 minutes, take it out, toothbrush, boom, done. Surgical alcohol and a toothbrush. There you go, from Boots. Yeah, me and Davos the same. Yep, strips the whole. Yeah, I'm with you that one, Davos. You divorced Dettel. Yeah, it's probably bad for your hands. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I robbed a big pack of gloves from. I didn't rob them; they given me before I left VW. So we've got a shitload of like mechanic black gloves, the rubber gloves.
Oh yeah.
Any army can be a Horde army if you try hard enough. Yeah, you'll run a hunt. Yeah, that's true, mate. Yeah, yeah, but that's why I went Custodes, because I just wanted an army where I didn't have to do much, and it was a good army. And in fairness, Custodes are fucking ace anyway. And I might even do some female ones just to piss people off. How about you, Nathan? When was you in the hobby? Because obviously, I think you said you come back to it as well.
Fucking hell. I think when I was about 10 years ago, I want to say.
No, right, okay.
One of a family friend was doing it, So I picked up one of the old starter sets, which had some Dark Angels and Orcs in it.
Oh, right, okay.
So I was doing Ultramarines primarily because it says Dark Angels, but at the end of the day, you can make whatever you want. At the time, I was just thought bog standard Ultramarines.
Blue boys.
Yeah. However, having to rely on parents to get me to and from
Yeah.
where I used to play, it just unfortunately fell off.
Ah, fair enough.
So I literally saw everyone else doing it. I was like, don't, it makes me want to do it even more, and I can't afford it. But I caved.
Yeah, just bite bit by bit, man. I've got shitloads of the thing I've got apart from this Emperor's Children box set, 1 unit of Rubric Marines and a Lord Discordant. Everything I own as a model is at least undercoated. At least undercoated. That'll has almost
I've got-
permanently stripped the first layer of skin off my left hand. Fuck's sake, Davos. Yeah, I undercoat in a glove. Yeah, because I have to get a fucking nail brush to get it all off. Right, so here is the first one that I have now have put. So you can notice a huge difference in the gold between those two. Probably not in this light, but you can see a bit more of the shade. So you can see where I've put. Let me just turn that light down because that light might be a bit bright for the camera. There you go. So you can see a little bit more where it's seeped into the recesses. You can see it on the side there. So basically the idea is to give it that little bit of a coating so it sinks in and starts looking a bit more goldy, and then you're going to go over it later on with a different colour and everything like that. So that's him done. Let's move on to this guy. Put the light back up again. There we go. It's only so I can see what I'm doing. Tilt that up a tiny bit. There we go. I don't take safety very seriously. I know that, Davos, because you like to stay in murder houses. As fucking Airbnbs. You used to be like that, but you're getting old now. Well, that's it. I mean, once you have kids and whatnot, you end up changing your whole ethos on everything. So I can't stop thinking about what could have happened to John, because as people know, my son had an accident in school and he's got a big cut here on his eye, and obviously a couple of inches further over, and it could have been worse. And that's all I could think about. What that had happened, I'd have been in jail by now. I'd have fucking killed him, fucking teachers and everything. So yeah, gets different when you have kids. Sorry, we went to a dark place then. It's fucking true. Right, so we're jumping on to the Custody now. The Custody captain. So as you painted it, you can actually see it start saying... I mean, this is going to be a better option to look at. And the good thing is not everything on here is... oh, he's only fucking blue tacked. I was wondering why is he moving. Thankfully, I don't want children. See, I thought that and then met Jen. And it's her fault I've got kids. Obviously, I wouldn't change them for the world. But it's Jen's fault we got kids. It's not mine. It's her idea. I can't believe you've had... Alright, Daz, are you alright, bud? How's things? You missing me yet? You missing our little chats down by your bay? Having a natter? Putting the world to rights? Yeah, touching up. Yeah, I'm touching up my cars. There you go. I'm touching up my cars. There you go. I know, 5 years, mate. Went quick as well, didn't it? Yeah, 5 years. That was VW for 5 years, 5 long years. You know what? A lot of it were quite good. It was just the fucking company themselves, dog shit. Not VW, the franchise. Yeah, I can't say it because, like, they might, if they watch this, they could try and sue me for, you know, saying how shite they are. So.
I didn't realise you'd left.
Yeah, let's feed ups.
Where are you at now?
Our chats. Oh, nice one, mate. I've gone to Mini and Warrington. Just fucking doxed myself. Oh well. Yeah. Doing mini. You know what? The fucking cars are epic. So I'm in a Countryman, and it's basically just it's just an X1, BMW X1, and the screens and the infotainment far superior to what I've been used to. The app that you have, where VW used to take 5 to 15 minutes to do, takes 30 seconds. It's a 3-cylinder 1.5 engine that I'm in that produces 170 brake horsepower. It's just fucking brilliant. They're brilliant cars. And you know what? It's mad busy. I'm selling loads of cars. That's about to come off its base, so I better squeeze that back in again and get paint all over me. I miss our chats, Daz. I do. You know what I'm going to do? I might, next time I go into town or next time I go on a break or something, I might just swing by and come down, drive the car down into the down to your bay and just have a natter for 20 minutes or something. But with this one now, you should start seeing a bit more. Oh, thanks, Daz. I appreciate that, mate. Let me just shade that slightly. There you go. Can you see like the two-tone effect now you've got? It's sinking into the recesses. So you basically, yeah, you just start manipulating the paint around. Because it's more of an ink, it's just a easy one to move around. And you can go with these. You can go quite thick because there's quite a lot of nooks and crannies that it can sink into. And his cloak on the back, though, I'm going to do that purple. Anyone got any more questions regarding paint? You know, not necessarily painting techniques, because I say I'm not a great painter. I'm just an average painter. Just fucking, this thing needs to chill out for a minute. Should have glued it down, really. I'll do that in a minute. I'll glue it down in a sec. Right, let's stay. Right, let's move on to this one. This one is glued down. So, have you taken my advice then, Nate? You wait until the range more comes out and gonna do some
Sort
bits
of,
and bobs.
yeah.
Good lad.
I'm gonna wait until everything comes out for getting a codex and everything.
Yeah, well, it'll be this year. So the good thing is, if you hang fire, see the intercessors, the core units, you're all right to get. Just be careful because they might.
Yeah.
They should be available. Everything should be available to them. So like your intercessors, your assault intercessors will be totally available. You'll be able to use them and whatnot. Don't follow the meta. Don't follow what's currently the best models at the minute. Just get whatever the fuck you want. Because it's circular. It goes round in circles. It's like Blade Guard now are one of the best units you can have in the game. They went shit for a while, but when the game first came out, Blade Guard were one of the best units you could have in the game. It just goes around in circles because Games Workshop are really clever. I've said this before on stream. Basically, what they'll do is they'll make a unit hard as fuck when it first comes out. So everyone buys it. Then they'll make it shit. So everyone will go buy whatever else is the next hardest. Then they'll make that shit and get the next one that make that hard. And then they'll make that shit, then so on and so forth. And then eventually it'll come round to the first one again because not everyone's bought the first one. They're not fucking stupid. They're not stupid. But it's all the tournament players who just go out and buy everything.
There you go.
What's the first model I ever did? Ooh. Right. So are we saying first model I did in this new batch since I got back into it, or first model ever? Which flavour of contrast is your favourite? I do enjoy drinking some Null Oil. I like to get very, very drunk. How many models make up an army? That depends, because every model has points. So, like, for example, he is about 160 points, give or take. I can't remember the exact numbers. Whereas he is about 90 odd. He's about 80 odd. So they all have a different points value because they all have a different. They all have different rules, and they all offer. So if they're a captain or a character unit, they can enhance the unit that they're leading. So each one is different. So it depends on what you're going for. If you're doing, say, an average 2,000 point game, and you want to do Custodes, for example, I can make an army with... I've got 4 characters, a Dreadnought, 3 bikes, so that's 8. 2 units of 10 Guardians, that's 18. 4 ones, that's 22. 5 more Terminators, that's 27. And 9 Sisters of Silence, so that's 36. So I could do an army with 36 models, and that's a Custodian army. The same 2,000 point army in my Space Marines. If I took all just Space Marines, just like Intercessors or something, you could do 100 odd. So it all depends. No such thing, Michael. Please do not apologise. No such thing as a dumb question. Just ask. Ask away. If there's something you don't know about, or there's something to say, or if you use an acronym or something like that, and you're like, what the fuck does that mean? Just ask. What was it? What was there to answer? Ever. Oh, that's a tough one. So, I think my first ever model would have been... Building-wise, was a game called Space Crusade, and they were just push-fit models. And if you Google Space Crusade, that came out in the 90s, but they were all just push-fit, so you literally just pushed it in and it stuck there. First model I ever built and painted would have been a starter set back in 2001. When I was living in Cheltenham before I started working for the game shop. So it was just the paint starter set, and it literally was the body of a Marine with no arms and a circle and a hole in his chest, a gun with the hands on that you pushed in, the backpack that you pushed in, and you secured him in a base, and that was it. So that would have been the very first one that I ever painted. When I got back into it again recently, we found a lot of Chaos stuff in my mum and dad's loft, which Jen uses now. So it was one of 3, and I cannot remember for the life of me which one I did first. So there was the red Hellbrute, there was the purple Demon Prince, and there was the blue Soul Grinder. It's one of them 3. Jen, could you do me a favour? Could you bring up those 3 models, please? And then take them back down. My Valfest army is 1995. Yeah. So we're gonna all go. Me, Jen, Davos. I think Ad's coming and Kay's coming along, but not playing. We're all going to something called Valfest. So you might hear us talking about a guy called Valrak on the stream.
Excuse me.
So he does an event once a year in the UK, and this year he's doing America as well, called Valfest. And I went last year for my first one. So basically, he does an apocalypse game. What that basically means is you get everyone in a row with your 2,000 point armies, and you're basically fighting against each other. But it's not normal rules. It's more like just a fight. Because I'm not a fan of 10th edition rules. So that's what Jen means with her Valfest army. It doesn't mean her Valfest army is from 1995. Here we go. It means her army is 1995 points. Yeah, if you hang fire a sec, I'm just going to... There's a cobweb. So basically, when we found these in the attic, so that's from... Oh, hang on a sec. Let me just swap over the camera. There we go. So that I painted recently. Well, not recently, about 2 years ago. That's from the 5th edition box set, and that's a Helldrake. Hang on a sec. Let me just spin that away because it might be... There you go. So that's a Hellbrute, and that's the base that I've done for him. So I've done him that colour because now Jen's adopted him for her World Eater army. So that was one of the first ones that I did. I can't remember exactly what the first one was. That one is a Demon Prince, and I've done him more Slaanesh colours. They're a bit dusty because they're quite old. Not quite old, but they've been painted a while back. So that's the plastic Demon Prince. And
my boy.
Jen's boy.
Beautiful boy.
Beautiful boy with a leg that needs repairing. And that's the Soul Grinder.
Gorgeous.
So he's got a nice big sword. The claw. He's got the clamps, boss. And yeah, so then they were the first 3 models. Thank you, love. My beautiful assistant, everyone. Big round of applause for Jennifer.
No makeup, sorry.
Thanks, love. So they were the first models that I built and painted since I've been back into it. Jen cameo. Yeah. Okay, yeah, we need to do a dual stream. Yeah, need another computer lab, but we have to do a dual stream. First ever mini was about 12, brand new at the time. Space Marines, so 23 years ago. Yeah. So that's when that would have been when I was working for him, 23 years ago, because it was. No, I think I just finished working for him. Yeah, it was 2001. Jen was a Helldrake. Yep. Tempted to bring a Warhound to Valfest. Do it, Davos. Do it. You started 5 years ago. How many points would you say you have over how many armies? I reckon you've got a lot of armies and a lot of points. Right, sorry, let me go back to this one. So, hobby stream. There we go, we're back. Sorry, that's my big belly. Right, so these now have all been done. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop him. Whoops. I'm just going to pop him off the base because it's just blue tacked. And I'm just going to glue him down for now. No, I'm not. I'm just going to blue tack him back. Fuck it. Yeah, Jen's got about 30,000 points across 9. Fucking hell. I've got about... Ooh, what have I got? I've got about 12 to 15,000 of Dark Angels. That's if you include Firstborn, which I've boxed away. I don't really use the Firstborn ones at the moment because you can't. And the Rhino that I've got for the Firstborn, I'm actually going to repaint it and put it with the Custodes because the Sisters of Silence can go in them. I've got about 2,500 of Custodes. Jen's got... Oh, fucking hell. Where do we start? She's got about 3,000 points of World Eaters. She's got about 1,500 points of Death Guard. Once all this Slaanesh army's put together with Shalaxi and all the Demonettes and a few other bits and bobs, she's probably got about 1,250 to 1,500 worth of Slaanesh. Black Legion, she's probably got 15,000. And Zeech, about 400. She's not got many Zeech at all. Now, you got about 15,000 in Black Legion now, Jen. Something like that. But the points change all the time. So, like my Valfest army that I took last year, for a while I couldn't take it again, and now I can possibly take it again because the points have all changed. The army that I played recently at Warhammer World against Gung is now over, so I can't take that anymore. But the army I used against Valrat the last time I went Warhammer World is now under by 50 points. So I can... It's just weird. Yeah, I need to... We've lost count, Jen, because I need to go through all yours again and redo it, because I have the app and it's all on there and whatnot. Right, so... That's that one done. Let's build some shit. Alright, we're going to build this guy. So I need the destructions. And what base? I'm guessing he's going to be a 40mm base because he's a character. Right. So we've got two options. So we can either have... Jen, obviously you need to say this. Yeah, you battered Game Riot. After the shit he was talking about earlier on and Val's fucking... Valrax stream. That's it, me and Game Riot are falling out. Right, Jen, you're the boss. Do you want that one? Or do you want... Let me fix that fucker. Turn that out of the way. Do you want that one? I'm leaning more towards him with the spear. First one with the spear. Sam. Right, we'll go with him. Right. Where's the lid? There we go. So they have little numbers on here, so when you're looking at it, see just above the... If it zooms in. Come on, you fucker. So you have like little numbers. So you see there? See a number 1? You got number 6 there. So they have little numbers, so they're all coded. So you know what you're putting together. So we need 1 and 2, which is that and that. So I always clip them as close as I possibly can, but it all depends. If it's a flat surface, it's easier. If it's a circular surface, I always cut it a bit away. What are you up to, Nate? Nate.
Yeah, sorry, I thought I zoned out.
Are you off, Ad? Alright, catch you later. Thanks, mate.
See you later, Ad.
Yeah, so pretty much
Ugh.
now. Just let me turn that brightness down because it's a bit fucking with the. There you go. So yeah, so pretty much, I have only ever really used that one, which is a squared one. And then, so you can see there, that's the little snip mark. It's a bit difficult. It's trying to focus in on something else. There you go. So you see they got that just there? That's the little snip mark there. So we want to file that down and get it a bit smoother. Now, when it's on a flat surface like this, it's not too bad because as long as you get it okay, it'll just kind of stand there like that. So you're all right. But then you want to have a look where the other ones were. So there's one like on the side there. I need to get this a bit higher.
Why you got to do me like that, Dan?
Nate does zone out. On mute and go on his phone. Dan, come into chat. Come talk. You can take the piss out of him properly. Come on into the Discord. Gaming chat, the usual. So we're now just trying to smooth this area over. I really should just move forward so you can't fucking see. Just conscious. I'll grab a brew and come on in. Alright, make sure it's an iron brew. So yeah. Any other questions? Anyone? Oh god, sorry, Nate.
I was saying I was having a look at some Space Wolf armies to gain some inspiration on how I'm going to build them.
My advice, go narrative. So basically, make your army that you want. Don't follow what is currently the best unit. Don't follow what is.
Oh no, I'm going off what I like, what the units are like the look of.
Rule of cool, my friend. Rule of
Exactly. So I want to get a couple of assault interceptor squads.
Yep, they're cool.
A few other intercessors. I mentioned getting some Black Templar, Sword Brethren, and
You can't use sword
Proxy.
brethren in
Proxy in them is something else.
Could do.
And with a bit of kit bashing. I like the weapons that they've got.
Yeah,
And
I want some axes in my army.
I prefer power swords and power axes to all the frost weapons that the Space Wolves have. The chain swords.
Okay.
I just think they look cooler.
Well, what I would do
More than
value
anything.
is hang fire on. Do the assault intercessors. Do normal intercessors, whatever you want. But before kit bashing them, hang fire because when they bring out all the new units, like Blood Angels got them, Dark Angels got them, they'll do an upgrade sprue with weapons and stuff on. So just do like a normal set of assault intercessors or something for now. Maybe go on like Archie's Forge or places like that where you can get resin parts and do it that way.
Funny you say that. That's the base of that my baby carrier's on.
Yeah.
Resin part.
That's fair.
I've got a load of aesthetic parts to throw on. So the intercessors I got with the combat patrol are all going to have basically wolf hoods on the helmets.
Oh, cool. There you go.
You got to look wolfy.
So on. Oh, shoot. It's built a bit. Village. So you can notice there, they put a little yellow ring on where they want you to paint. And then you spill everything everywhere. Luckily, we're alright. Ah, shit, I need to open the window. Because Jen's not going to be able to sleep in here with that smell.
A wild Dan has appeared.
A wild Dan has appeared. Hello, Dan.
I don't know if his mic's working or not because I can't hear him and it doesn't say he's speaking.
He did say he was going for a brew, so
My
might
mic
just...
is fine.
There you go.
He's just
I'm
not
just whispering.
speaking.
You're right.
Hurry now.
What, can you not hear me?
I can hear you.
Can now.
Hurry now.
It'd be better if I have decent internet. I'm 75% through downloading Destiny 2.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I'll do that tonight. It'll be finished in the morning.
Is that the new
Jealous.
game?
That's what we're going to play on Sunday.
Very new.
That's
If I've actually managed to finish downloading it.
yeah, because we've done a lot of Space Marine 2. We're going to move on. So there you go. So that's that now. First part put together. Looking spangly, shiny, and very, very detailed. So a bit of an insider into who these are. So these are Emperor's Children. So Emperor's Children fell to Chaos, and they fell specifically to Slaanesh. Slaanesh is the Chaos god of excess and was born through the Eldar being basically full of all sorts of debauchery.
Intense bumfuckery.
Pretty much. And because they kept going at it and was taking it to the next level and the next level and the next level, next level, next level, next level, and all of a sudden this Chaos God burst into living, and that's where you got the Eye of Terror from as well. And that's where, because really it's only, Celestine's only 20,000 years old, because that's what cut all the ways off.
Yes, but also the warp's the warp, so she's always existed.
True, yeah, there is that. Do you get the option to have these already built for you? No. No, you have to build them yourself. You can pay someone to do that, but no. It's part of the fun, man.
I literally picked up a dreadnought and then put it back down again when I remembered I'm just cack-handed at this stuff.
Right, so we'll put in... Oh, right, Jen, you can have...
Went to Hobbycraft and literally had a Redemptor in my hand.
And then went, no, I can't do it.
No, then I picked up like a level 2 easy as all hell Volkswagen camper for my missus. That'll do.
Right, hang on a sec. Let me just find the rules. Have they put them in this? No. Right. Un momento, por favor.
Give her a little something for her birthday on Tuesday. On Tuesday.
Right, I'm back. Sorry, I just needed to get the cards because I need to know from Jen what weapons she wants the Lord Exultant to have. Yeah, if anyone ever gets a chance and reads the Horus Heresy books, about book number, I can't remember if it's 5 or 6. It's called Fulgrim.
Oh, I can check.
Yeah, please do. I think it's 5 or 6. It is one of the best books you'll ever read, and it explains what happened to them and why they fell to chaos and whatnot. And it is, I don't know how that passed through
Where's
all
my
the
Audible?
OKs. Yeah,
It'll be under A for Audible, wouldn't it? There you go.
Lord Exultant, there he is.
Finished.
I think it's book 5. Is it 5?
Horus Rising, False Gods, Galaxy in Flames, Flight of the Eisenstein, Fulgrim.
Yeah, it's from a 5. Yeah. Read it. Read the other 4 first so you understand where it's all coming from. But read Fulgrim. It's fucking ace. Right, Jen, options. So,
How far am I? I've actually stopped reading a while ago.
right. I need to know, Jen, what weapons you want, because the model's plasma pistol can be replaced with one of the following: a power fist or a rupture lash. Rupture lash gives you extra attacks. And the model's Phoenix Power Spear can be replaced with a mastercrafted power sword and a Screamer pistol. Now, I am definitely thinking go with the Phoenix Power Spear and the Rupture Lash. Whip me, baby. But it would mean you don't have a plasma pistol. So a standard Comes with bolt. Oh, you'll have a bolt pistol, plasma pistol, power spear, and close combat weapon. That's what it comes equipped with as standard. So I would go power spear and rupture lash. What do you want?
See, that's what happened. I stopped at book 14, the first heretic.
Oh, first heretic. I've just finished that. I quite enjoyed first heretic.
Well, I stopped because after that I read Twice Dead King Ruin.
Yep.
Then Rain. Obviously, because you have to read those two. And then the next Horus book, the next 40k book I read was Krieg.
Okay.
Then The Infinite Divine.
Oh yeah, I want to read that one. I've not read that yet.
Then Brutal Cunning.
Well, I'm currently. I've just started Prospero Burns because I'm doing all the Horus Heresy in order.
I've just got Prospero Burns. I've just not got around to it because of in between that I was reading. Well, let's just see. Between Twice Dead King, I read Echoes Burning, which is a Reacher book. Then Persuader, which is a Reacher book, which the current season is based on, except it's nothing like that book anymore. But that's a good thing. I actually like that season, even though it's pretty much wildly diverged from that book. And then I read Krieg. Then I read The Enemy, which is another Reacher book. Then Without Fail. Then One Shot. Then The Hard Way. Then Bad Luck and Trouble, which are all Reacher books.
Yeah, I need to get back to modelling because I've got to make. I think I've got about 2 and a bit weeks to finish my Heldrake for. Jen's Heldrake for. Ooh, look at that. That's going to fit nice, I think. Yeah, finish Jen's Heldrake for a competition that they have at the local Warhammer shop. So it's people go in. So if you're ever in Warrington, when they have this event on, you go in, you vote for your favourite. So if you see a Heldrake with flames, vote for me. Or Jen's going to do Be'lakor, I think, aren't you, Jen? Yeah, Rupture Lash. There we go. Let's put him on.
Yeah, Prospero Burns is my next one.
Mm.
I do stupid things. I get ridiculously long ass books. Just before I did Soul Hunter, I read the first 2 Dune books. Dune the Messiah. I've got not started yet. I've got the Children of Dune ready to do. That's about 17 hours.
Getting there. Look at that. Nice big lash on him. Right, so now we need number 10 and number 12.
Yeah. So yeah, my next one's Prospero Burns.
You've got that. You've got artwork, haven't you, from Fulgrim?
Yes.
Yeah. Where'd you get that from?
Arcade 8. I don't know whether they do it anymore. Bricky's
Yeah.
channel. Yeah, his merch shop is called Arcade 8. And he did that as the poster that I've got, or a game mouse mat, stupidly large mat, which I was going to go for, but that sold out, so I got the poster instead.
Yeah, my mouse mat is Warhammer 2. Sorry, Space Marine 2. It's got it's going to come Typhus then. That's the wrong Legion straight away. Yeah, it's got Titus on it.
Titus as a Duxarsis.
Yeah. Got anyone in chat got any more questions then? Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Or if Dan and Nate, have you got any questions, ask away.
No, just I'll tell you what. When do you think the new Space Marines will come out? Then at what point in the summer?
What the refresh ones,
Yeah.
the Assault Terminators and stuff. I reckon they'll do it in a couple of different waves. As in they'll do the Assault Terminators because they haven't got them yet. You need a Vanguard vet. I reckon they'll do another unit. Put that down slightly. So I reckon April will be World Eaters. May, June, Space World. I reckon we'll get teased about it at Adepticon on Thursday. Maybe 1 or 2 models, and I reckon they'll be out properly on like July, August. So summer. I'm going for. Next army. Oh,
Just in time for my birthday.
there you go. Next army. Can I paint World Eaters with my blood? Yes. Yes, you can. That was yes. Next army. Oh, that's. Oh, it's a spider. Oh, I saw something. Next army. That's an interesting one because I've just finished my Custodes for now. Probably won't add to that unless I'm at Warhammer World and fancy treat myself. Next army. Tell you what, let me just fix this because it's bugging me now, but it's quite small. Hey, that's a bit better. That better now? You see better there? Next army. God, what next army? You know what I quite fancy, and I'm waiting for him to come out. Grey Knights. I just don't want to get him yet because the scale's wrong. So yeah, there you go. Grey Knights or Black Templars. Because I only go with.
I was thinking he was going to pick a
I got to go with the good guys.
non-human.
I've got to go with the good
There
guys.
are no good guys.
Got to go with the good guys. We are the Imperium. We are the Imperium of Man. We are the good guys.
No, they are no good guys.
Dare you, heretic.
The closest thing you get to a good guy, in 40k is the Orcs.
Heretic! Play it.
No, weirdly, if you think about it, when it comes to morality, cruelty, anything like that, Orcs. Closely followed by the Tyranid, because they're both just doing what they do. They're not doing it maliciously.
Hang on a minute.
They're literally having fun.
There is something that I think needs to be. Is it on here? That's empty.
You'll never see an Orc with an ecclesiarchy or an inquisition. You just see the big ones crumping the little ones.
Now I don't think Dan or Nate will hear this, but this is what I think now.
Burn the heretic! Kill the mutant! Purge the unclean!
No, we didn't know that on Discord.
Do you not hear that on Discord?
He's shouting heresy.
If you everyone else, if you go over to the, I'll play it again. Go over to the, turn the volume up on the YouTube channel, and you'll be able to hear it.
Burn the heretic! Kill the mutant! Purge the unclean!
There you go.
Purge the unclean.
Right, so let's get this spear on him now. So the spear, he'll start looking good.
You can try and prove me wrong, though, if you like.
I like orcs. I couldn't eat a whole one because he's a fun guy.
You could have a squib.
I could have a squig. I could do.
Have a squib. That's what they're for.
That's what they're for. That's exactly what they're for.
Unless they're for hair. Or for carrying your bullets.
Now, do I put it on an angle like
Or
that,
becoming the bullet.
or do I have it
Or
more
teeth farming.
upright? Well, you hurt. Do you know what orcs don't have her?
No, it's a squig.
It's a squig. Yeah, it's a squig they put on the head.
They did it. They did that in what's the name of that game? They did an arc game. It's like a side-scrolling shooter. And the whole reason why the game exists is you're sat there in a flyer, and your boss turns around and goes, "That's a mighty fine air squig you got there. I think so. Takes it. nicks your hair squig off you and kicks you off the ship, and the whole premise of the game is killing everything around you until you get to him, so you can take your hair squig back.
Yeah, I agree with Davos there. The only objectively good faction in 40k is the Necrons. They just want to sleep. Jen is a Necron.
Millennial Necrons.
Orcs roast people to see if them burn, and they don't even eat them. That's what Davos says. So that's a good point. That is a good point, Davos. Let's see if these Umis burn. 'Cause that's what the Orcs call
I
us.
don't hate you, Umis.
Yeah, Umis. And they're all Cockney. They're all game riots. What, Umis?
Especially you starties.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes 3 or 4 of my boys just to crump one of you.
Crump.
So I want you to go and find as many of your starty friends as you can.
But it's great as well because a lot of the stuff... So Orcs have a lot of knobs. They're all flash
Lot of
gits.
knobs.
Yeah, flash gits, knobs.
Oh, those flash gits.
Yeah,
they can sort of.
Yeah, they've got all sorts of words like that. They're great. Also, Orcs, if they believe... Orcs are the most powerful race in the entire galaxy. Because whatever they believe...
Luckily, they're too
It's true.
retarded to realise
But
that.
they're too fucking stupid to know that. But that's the fear, because get more of them together and together and together, they get smarter and smarter and smarter. That's why Gazkul's like the head orc, because he's getting a lot of people together and he's getting smarter and smarter and smarter.
What's the name of the guy? Oh, the commissar.
Yarrick.
Yarrick, the one with the arm.
Yep, Yarrick. They love Yarrick.
Yeah, the rest of the Imperium tries to figure out why the arm works.
Yeah.
And the common belief is because the orcs want it to work.
That's fucking true. Yeah, that's so true.
Because it's more fun to fight him with the arm.
But they have a lot of respect for him. They also...
And that's why he can't die as well, because
they can't die,
all
'cause-
the bullets
yeah.
keep on missing him
Yeah.
because they have too much fun fighting him.
He's so tired and fed up with it. He just wants to die, but he just can't because the orcs will him
He's
into
reaching
life.
almost Dante levels of fuck it, let's go bed.
Yeah, the spaceships have no windshield, so they can lean out and shout at each other, flying through space. They got no windows.
Now, the tank thing is a funny story, but it's not actually real. What is real is one time there was a load of orcs outside of a ship, welding it or whatever the hell it was, and they're just fixing it, and then one bloody great big orc flies past them at the time and goes, "Oi! Why is you outside the ship with that breathing gear? There's no air in space." They were out there for 20 minutes before they realised that, and the second they got told that, they suffocated. They're like, "Oh yeah." Until they got told, they believed they could breathe, so they breathed.
Yeah, it's like red. So anything red goes faster. So that's why a lot of them
Reds
paint.
go faster.
That's why a lot of them paint the tanks red and the speeders and the bikes and everything. They're all red.
Yellows make bigger boom.
Yeah, blue. They think the Ultramarines are the best fighters they've ever seen and the best drilled army and everything. So all the elite troops are in blue.
Purple is for stealth.
Yeah.
Because have you ever seen a purple orc?
I remember once there was a story of 2 orcs who took down a titan. Sorry, an orc and a squig took down a titan. Yeah, Google that. It's brilliant how they took it down.
They did. I remember that. I also remember one time when the Imperium, I can't remember which legion it was. They went and boarded an orc ship. They managed to eventually completely clear them of all the orcs, and as soon as they did, the ship fell apart.
Yeah, because the orcs willed it to be.
Because
Yeah,
the
together,
orcs
yeah.
weren't there to think that it works. Literally, they got to the bridge and like, how does any of this work? Oh, apparently it doesn't, and it just fell apart. It didn't even explode; just collapsed. It just.
There's an orc who, because orcs love fighting. That's one of the big. They
Bit
love
of cramping.
Bit of cramping. Gork and Mork, sorry. So there was a
Orc is brutal and cunning, but Mark is cunning but brutal.
so they decided they wanted to go into the Eye of Terror, and go and fight the chaos. Go fight the wrong Goomies. And yeah, they went into the warp, found a planet, went down, started fighting.
Bunch of Romans.
Korn was so happy about this, he gave them a planet so they could fight eternally, and if they die, they come back to life, and if they die, and that's it. That's their paradise. That's their heaven. Yeah, that's their heaven. Jen, do you want? Does he come with it? Standard. Oh, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I have to put it on. Don't worry. Ignore me. Right, so I've done that. Yeah, done that. Right, let's do backpack. So I've done his backpack. A lovely Slaaneshi symbol. That's a little gun on the back there. But now I've got to do this bit. His cloak. Anyone else who has ever heard anything about Warhammer and you're not sure what it meant, or anything we've said in chat and you're not sure, just ask away. Like I said to Michael before, there's no questions where A, you have to apologise for asking them. I say this in work all the time because I sell cars, and people go, this might be a stupid question, but I was like, there's no such thing as a stupid question, just ask. There'll be no judgment. You will get the question answered, and we'll probably just go off on a tangent and answer about a million more questions, but just ask away, because like that's how we learn. Don't ever think anyone will ever think anything different of you by asking a question. Ask as many as you want. Fair enough, Michael, yeah. Should never ask a woman, do you want the answers? Always yes. There we go. So here's his cloak. So now we've got to do it in 2 bits. So that's got to go on the back there. And then there's that attached to... So that goes on his shoulder. There we go. Right, let's put that one on first. There you go, Jen. What army do you want to do next? Because you are full on chaos. You've still got a million chaos armies to do. You started through Adam getting some Necrons now, which is great. So after my favourite Chaos Legion, I'll go through that in a sec. What army do you want after you've done your Chaos and your Necrons? Because I knew you were typing Necrons. Dark Mechanicum. Ooh, they don't... There isn't a Dark Mechanicum army yet, but I like it. I like it a lot. So there's him. There's him with his backpack on now. Come on, you cramping. There you go. So there's him with his backpack on. And now we're going to put that...
Mechanicum, eh?
Dark Mechanicum. So the only place at the moment you can get Dark Mechanicum is in the Horus Heresy. So hopefully, it's one thing we all want. We all want Dark Mechanicum to come into 40k. But maybe that's all through Vashdor. Or as they say on Tabletop Tactics, Vashdor.
Vector.
Vashdor.
Vector.
Vashdor.
Vector.
Vashdor.
I'm saying that I don't have a clue what he sounds like. I've never listened to him.
He's big robot. Vashdor. Where does that?
Vector.
I put the wrong fucking one on here. I haven't, have I? No, 15. That's right. Did 15, didn't I? Yes.
Oh, you idiot. Why have you set that in defense when it's not got any weapons? Talking to myself now.
No, that's fair enough.
First sign of madness.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
it is.
playing
but
an 8-year-old game for no reason other than because you can is a sign of madness, but there you go.
Yeah. Plus, as well, when you talk to yourself, it's the only time you ever get any sense.
Although saying that, there is historical evidence that there is in fact 3 of me.
3 of you.
Yes.
Ooh.
There's Dan, which is the
Scary.
fun Dan, the Dan that you get. There's the Daniel, which is the serious git that you usually see him work. He's the guy that tells you to fuck right off whenever you speak to him. And then there's Danny.
Oh, sort of like adds Clint.
Yes, Danny. Danny's lots of fun. What are you?
Bit fiddly, this fucking bit fiddly.
That was my response last time. Somebody came up to me to ask me whether I've heard the voice of God recently. Have you heard the voice of God recently? The only voice I hear is the one telling me to stab you, and I'm very, very, very much not listening to it. And you're welcome. What? Bye.
Have you
Bye.
heard the voice of God recently? Yes, every time I speak. Right, number 3. Just that one.
You there. You there. You on your head. You
Wait.
on your body.
What you playing?
You on your legs.
What you playing, son?
Let it die.
I was just trying to be Captain Akaran.
I've made myself a new character because I got a new character slot in my fridge. So any character I'm not using, I set up as defense in defense of my
Defense
my
against
area.
defense against the dark arts. Why is that hurting my head?
Well, whenever you're not in the basement where you safe zone, whenever you're not in there, you're liable for somebody coming and invading you. And when they come and invade you, they nick your shit, your money, and your SP lithium, which you use to buy things.
Hard no.
So, yeah, to stop that, what you do is you put characters that aren't doing anything in defense mode, and they'll bugger off and defend your stuff with whatever it is you've equipped them with at the time. That's why I told myself off, because I've made another character, set the character that I was just using in defense, and just left it naked.
Naked.
And I'm like, you silly Sasaj. Just put some weapons on it before you put it back in the fridge. Which I did. It's now got a butterfly knife in its right hand, a crossbow in its left hand, and some very much blade-based armor.
Has Nate switched off?
It could be on the
I'm
phone.
still here.
Oh, there you go.
There he is.
I'm still here.
Oh, yeah.
I'm playing
Nate, how are you now?
Division 2.
Jen, which head? Giggity.
Playing Division 2? I've not been on Division 2 in ages.
Work. Damn camera, there you go. Which one, Jen? 7 or 13?
No, me, Mugsy, and Badger started playing it again.
I've got it on my Xbox.
I'm gonna guess 7.
It's got to be at least 6-8 months since I last played. Basically, all I did was I'd log in, I'd get whatever points I need to get the new cosmetics that are there at the time, and then just go into other people's games and help them out. Absolutely destroy people with Bloody, it's been that long. I forgot what it's called. P90 Chatterbox.
You only just, the thing that you just bought that you forgot.
Do you know what? I'm seriously considering if I hadn't only just paid for it, I'd actually paint that thing green and make it into the Chatterbox. Because I've used that gun so much in Division 2. It's a very, very broken gun. Basically, its rate of fire increases for every time it's killed. It kills someone up and until the point where you reload. But it also regains ammunition for everything that it kills.
This
So you
bloody
start
thing
off with
doesn't
like,
wanna-
focus, you feck.
Focus! There
This
you
is what
go.
I shout. Focus, you fuck.
There
But
you-
yeah, it starts off with like 35 rounds, and then you kill somebody with like 10. So then you end up with 55 rounds, and your rate of fire increases. Then you kill... And it just gets to the point where it just mows down bosses in like half a second. Just go... and then it's done. It's a ridiculously broken gun, and I can't believe they've never fixed it.
So there you go, Jen. There is your first Emperor's Children.
Oh my god, I've just run out of money.
You
It's the first time in this game I've ever done that.
are aware.
Oh, I know why, because yesterday I bought a load of mushroom soups.
Mushrooms.
This game is weird. You get extra stats based on what decals you have, stickers that you put on your character's body, and you get those decals off a mushroom princess, weird person, and she's absolutely mental on mushrooms, and her hair looks like a mushroom. She makes mushroom soups, and the mushroom soups gives you decals. It's a weird game.
It's weird. Right.
It is a fever dream of a game. It's brilliant.
So what I do now is we'll go back to the painting. I'll have a little look, and I'll have a look if it's sat in the recesses. Now, that's not done too bad of a job, but I'm going to give it a second coating. So back we go.
That was something that I also saw when I was in Hobbycraft. They had a kit. It was for things like landies and stuff like that, but it was a weathering kit.
Oh, yeah. Not the best thing for a
And then-
weathering kit. Not best thing. Sponge. It's sponge. Best thing.
They've got them too. Sea sponges.
Just a normal sponge. Just cut it up into a weird shape. Best thing.
What? Why am I looking at mushrooms? I can't afford them. I don't have the money. Hang on.
Nah, this is a bad idea. So, obviously, completely different stream tonight. What's everyone think of the hobby stream? Should we do another one next week? Is it a good thing? Should we go back to gaming? What are we all thinking?
Makes me think a little bit. There's a guy that I watch on YouTube. His name's It's a Gundam. Believe it or not, he likes Gundams. And his main channel is just him acting like a crazy New Yorker. But he also has It's a Gunpla, which is his second channel where he just builds and paints Gunplas.
Oh, cool. As Jen
He's
said,
made an entire
maybe do it every other week.
second
Cool.
channel out of it.
it could do, Michael. Yeah. The only thing what I get is because I'm leaning forward quite a lot. My back doesn't half start bloody hurting after a while. How long have we been doing this for now? Hour and 25.
That could be the next thing that you can put in your Amazon wish list so that somebody can buy for you. Is one of those sit-stand desks.
That would be quite cool, actually. Yeah, that's what I do want. One of them raises right up, stand up, because I want that, and I wanted to get a treadmill and do like what Valrat does, which is like go walking and talking and stuff.
I looked at those flat level treadmills.
Yeah.
Why do they cost more than a normal treadmill?
I don't know.
There's less to it, and it doesn't go very fast. It's walking speed.
Yeah. That's all I thought,
It's
just
like-
for walking speed. But that's what I'd love. I'd love one of them tables that lifts right up. So
I
basically,
think
it'd be
it's
up here.
because of streamers.
Yeah, it could be.
Streamers
be.
are dumb enough to buy
Well, I have-
ridiculously expensive.
I think on my Amazon wishlist, I think there is a table, unless I've took it off, and there's a treadmill. I'll have a look in a minute, just so people
What
can
is it?
see what I'm on about.
A sit-stand table.
A sit-stand table, I think. Hang on.
There's a name for them. I can't remember what it is, but I
I'll
call
tell
them
you now.
sit-stands.
Hang on. Let me
It's a sit stand desk.
just.
Oh, did they get it right?
Let me just check my Amazon wishlist. 'Cause I'm pretty sure there was one on there.
Got to make sure that you've
Jen wouldn't use it.
you've done your wire routing correctly. Otherwise, when you press it to go to stand up, it just unplugs all your crap.
Yeah, there is that. I mean, there's some on the top one. That case I really want, because that's what me and Jen need to transport the minis when we're going places. Because a lot of this stuff I just put on ages ago, just not even thinking, just tick, 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 tick. Because someone said just make one of them. All right. And I was sat in workboard. What I'll probably do, because they're quite low down. Ooh, cowboy hat. I could do with a new cowboy hat for when if you know, you know.
Why do you not have the cowboy hat anymore?
I've still got it, yeah, but it's.
Wants a new
I
one.
want a new one because that's more of an Aussie style one. Oh, I can delete the combat patrol for the custodies.
I've got a rather fetching fedora.
I've still got my my gay cowboy hat.
Believe it or not, I actually found the IVs in the back of the Volvo. I actually managed to transfer it from the Rover before I sold it.
Right, here we go.
You know the pink ones that we used to use.
Yeah, I
With my
don't
name
have.
tag still in it.
I don't have anything anymore.
The T-shirt turned into rags a long time ago.
Jen, is this table 120 wide or 140? I think it's 120, isn't it? Yeah, it's 120.
Why would I raid you? You have 2 coins.
Ooh, 1 by 8. Yeah, 'cause that's narrow, isn't it? That's 60 centimeters. Means moving the bed over slightly. That one. In black. Oh, no, not in black. That's too expensive. There you go. That's on my Amazon wish. So that, if you go on my Amazon wish list now, you'll see the desk that I'm talking about. And then, ooh, let me go onto Discord. Let me go back to Valrak because he sent me the link to it. I hate being sat on my phone. Especially when I'm streaming. I feel so rude. I'm sorry, everyone.
As opposed to being sat on your computer.
Oh, there is that. Visit site. How's it going to take me there? There we go. Copy. Wrong one. Oh, fuck off.
And of all of us here, Nate's the master of sitting on his phone.
Yeah.
We'll be like waiting in a lobby on War Thunder, and he'll go on his phone, and he won't say anything for a little while, and then he'll just be like, "Right, lads, I've got to go for a minute," and then just bug us right off. Because somebody's requested a lift off him or something. But that's about the amount of warning that you get, because that's about the amount of warning that he gets. It's like, right, lads, I've got to go.
Hang on. I just need to make sure it will hold me weight. Yeah, that's the one. Because Valrak's a lot heavier than me, so he sent it. He sent it to me because it holds him. It'll hold me.
Shots fired.
That's fired. Or shots fired. He was abusing me on his stream today, so he gets it fucking back every time. Mind you, I abuse him on his stream anyway, so. You know me,
Was it? I'll have to give it some views.
I'll abuse. Yeah, it's like because I'm not because I'm a grey name, not a green name. So a green name is a member. So if we ever get to monetized on this, see how like Davos, Jen, Blue on the chat. That basically means that they're mods, and then if you become a member, you become green. Yeah, Jen's green. So Jen was winding me up on there as well. Fucking Game Right as well. Game Right was as well. So if he comes on, he's getting some fucking shit. If he comes on in a bit, he was giving me some shit on there. The walking pad treadmill. There you go. So yeah, because I'm not a member and it was my birthday, so he has this rule where if it's your birthday you have to gift a membership. And obviously I didn't do it on my birthday because I was streaming. So I said, "Hi, it's my birthday."
That's a
I'm going.
good screw, that, isn't it? If it's your birthday, you have
Gotta
to pay
give
me something.
Yeah.
Well done, lad. Happy birthday to you. Where's my gift?
But yeah, so because I didn't gift him one, and every time he sees me, he says, "I'm not talking to you. You owe me a gifted membership." And now I'm grey, so I'm not a member. So I don't buy me on. I get him gifted, but it's gone all weird now. So it gifts them randomly, and I've not had it. And it's like, so now he's like, "You owe me two. One for not being a member, and one for that one." So I was laughing my head off at him. I think it's this one. Does that do my weight?
It should be the other way around, really. He should give birthday people gifts.
Yeah, he should do. Yeah, but he's
It's only a month.
But he's a scammer. So yeah, so he's
That is a mighty good screw.
It is, yeah. But so we call him Scamrack or Scamus. So you know, like in the first Horus Heresy, you got Samas. Samas is near. Samas. So I call him Scamus.
Yes.
Oh. That's not fucking gonna hold me. Right, I think it's this one. There you go. Yeah, right. So the both, if any, obviously Amazon, exclamation mark Amazon in chat. That should take you to the Amazon wish list, and if you want to have a look, it's all they're both in there. Should be on the top now, maybe. Let's have a look. Yeah. So basically, them top three things are the things that I need to get next. So I need to get my son a bed as well. That's the other thing. So I need a table, the treadmill so we can lose some weight. But the biggest one, the most important one, is the third one down, the case. So they're in order of what I'm getting next. Oh. Hang on. Where's that gone? There I am. There we go. Right. So back to this. Sorry about that, everyone. Models commence. Chin chin and all that shit.
Still channel related. It's fine.
Yeah, it's still channel related. It's just I'm sat there on my phone doing an 8. Did someone have any questions then for me? Yeah. Jen was trying to wind me up in Barak's stream as well. So I basically put a message out to Valrak saying, "Oh yeah, got Jen on your side now, have you, fucker?" So yeah, I tried sending a message saying "motherfucker," but it wouldn't send it because it's wordage words.
Oh, you have to get around that.
Yeah.
Fluffer.
Fluffy.
You are hacking. That does not have that kind of range. It's a club. Another you knocked out. No.
Right, let's have a quick look at the front of this one. So as you can see there now with that, focus. Hang on. Better without me on there. There you go. So you see now in some of the recesses I start to get a bit of a shadow build up.
That's really nice. And I don't know. It's Custodes. Would you want it to be more shiny?
Focus! Focus! No, so basically what you're doing then is you dry brush over the top because it'll, if you put an ink on it, it goes all very shiny. Very, very shiny. So like you'll have a...
But the Custodes are supposed to be shiny.
Yeah.
They don't do it.
But you'll have a cloak that's very shiny. And then you'll have this, that, and the other shiny. So what you do then is you dry brush over the top of it. And you build up your colours and your highlights.
You should be able to make a Custodes model who just like stood bolt upright with his staff straight on his side and just cover it in cobwebs because the bugger's not moved in 120 years.
But I've seen them online where people have got, you can get the chrome machines, but instead of using chrome color, or the chromium machines or something they're called, they've done it with gold and look absolute shiny as fuck, which I thought was really cool.
Mirror shine,
Pretty much,
shinier
yeah.
than a polished Cybertruck.
Yeah. I just realised no one can see what I'm doing. Oh, sorry, Davos. I
Didn't
missed
realise
your
this
comment. You've got an office treadmill. I need a treadmill. I need to lose some weight. I'm a fat fuck.
It's probably similar to what you're looking at.
Yeah.
It is amazing how much those cost.
Yeah, it's stupid. But I can't get.
It only does walking speed.
Yeah. I can't justify getting one yet though because just changing jobs, so it's going to be a weird time money wise. The next thing I need to get is a bed for John because he's getting too big for it now, and it's starting to collapse a little bit because he's obviously jumping up and down and he's 7 and stuff like that. So I need to sort him. Favorite book? Ooh, shit. Favorite book in Warhammer that I've read, or favorite book ever, forever? Both. I fucking knew you were going to do that. Favourite Warhammer book that I've read so far. Bear in mind, I've only read the Horus Heresy ones where I'm up to Prospero Burns. Really, really, really like the Fulgrim book.
Let me get.
I like, you know what? I like the first 5. I absolutely love. So, Horus Rising, Galaxy in Flames, Flight of the Eisenstein, and I always forget the other name.
Out of the first 4, I think Flight of the Eisenstein's best.
You reckon? Flight of the Eisenstein's where you first meet a possessed Marine. It's where you first meet one. Flight of the Eisenstein's very good. Fulgrim, I absolutely adore that book. I really enjoyed Thousand Sons. That's a really good book. The first Heretic, I really enjoyed it. I didn't think I would because I hate Lorgar and I hate the Word Bearers, but I actually really liked it because it's more from it's more from Argyle Tal's perspective.
Yeah, it's Argyle Tal and the Mordival.
Yeah, not the Mordival. The the Mordival's Horus's.
Yeah, the Mordival's Horus. Yeah.
The what are they called? It's the elite troops of the Word Bearers. And they have a red colour named after them. Oh,
Yeah,
Davos, help us out.
I think you need to get a little bit out of the Horus Heresy for a bit, because I think it actually helps if because doing them all in order is brilliant, but it starts to feel like a slog once you get like especially if it's not Dan Abnett or the other good one, it can be a bit of a slog. So if you ever feel like that you're flagging a bit, seriously read The Infinite and the Divine. It is hilarious. It's brilliant.
Isn't that just 2 Necrons talking? Is it Trazen and someone else?
It's not them talking. No, it's literally thousands of years. It's 2 very, very petty lords. Trazen the Infinite and Orican the Diviner.
Orican, that's him.
They're so petty. They literally they're sat there right in this because Orican's Trazen's getting bollocked for accidentally killing a load of Necrons or waking them up too soon or something like that, and he's getting chewed out by the rest of the council, and he's not listening to any of them. He's just using glyphs to Orican to just flip him the bird. Winding him up because
Who's having a go at him? Is it the Silent King?
yeah, the whole you got brought to like the entire council of all the lords that are awake at the time, because Orican basically grassed on him. So Orican's like, hey, you're getting bollocks, and Trajan's like, shut up, fuck off, shut up, fuck off, shut up, fuck off. So they're
This is
just
two teenagers on detention.
they are, except they're ridiculously old and stupidly powerful.
They should do, because Trajan's basically has a big mausoleum of everything he's a collector. So if you watch Marvel and you've got the collector and he has all these things, that's basically Trajan the Infinite. So they should do a book, basically Trajan just walking, I don't know, Fabius Bile, because he's been there, just walking him around the mausoleum or his exhibit, just telling him who they are, because he's got a croak. So a croak is the first incarnation of an orc. So they're like fucking 15, 20 feet tall, absolute one-man armies, unbelievably strong, fast. They were designed and made by the Old Ones to beat Necrons. And what happened was, obviously, that war ended and they just went stupid and stupid and stupid. But if that croak was to ever get out, and all the other orcs would flock to him naturally, it's just a natural instinct, and they would become the dominant race in the universe very quickly. So he's got a croak, he's got Custodes, he's got characters from the Horus Heresy, he's got Men of Iron.
In the book,
Yeah.
in the book, he does that. Because he gets on, because this is like set way, way back, and then it's like moving forward, and he ends up. He needs to get something from a planet, but there just so happens to be a war going on in it at the time. So to speed things up, he actually goes on the Imperium's side and just pokeballs like two whole bloody
Yeah.
squads of Space Marines just from the middle of nowhere. Just goes Pokeball. Hurry up, kill him. I need the stuff that you're standing on. Go away. It's Pokeballs things all the time. And the bell. The bells in it. Have you ever heard of the bell?
No.
There's a bell that was only it rings every like 10,000 years or something when something's about to happen, and this bell rings so hard it started to break the stuff in his library. So he got pissed off, so he threw it in the warp. And he's not one for throwing anything away, but it's like this is breaking my shit. It's going away, and it ends up somewhere. And I'll let you read the book to find out where it goes and what it does. But it's brilliant. It's he says Corsairs, by the way.
Yeah. It's
Jen says Corsairs.
Yeah, I said no, it's not Corsairs. But you can see how now you're getting a bit of shadow in the recesses. So it's starting to look a bit more defined now, and you can see like the bits that aren't done. So like on the back, you can see the darker bits at the top. You can't really tell where that light's at. Light's a bit too close. That might be a bit better. Yeah, so you can see at the very top here, you can see it's a bit darker. There you go. And the actual cloak here by my fingers is lighter. So that's just 2 layers of the ink. And you just build a couple of layers up and build it up. And it starts then, because it obviously evaporates and it takes some of the colour pigment with it. But this is what surprises me. Let me just put the lid on this before it spills everywhere.
Again.
So that is the one I've just put together.
Jammy kit.
He's looking lovely. Now, this is a Custodi who's meant to be bigger. What the fuck? Why is the Custodi smaller? This is a Custodi not Dreadnought. This is a Custodi Terminator. So he's got the biggest, thickest armor on.
But I say they shouldn't be.
They should not be that big. Yeah. So for some reason,
Well, they're saying that. I kind of thought that when I saw you painting that Dreadnought. I'm like, is he not a bit smaller than he should be?
no, that Contemptor's about right size. That Contemptor's about the right size because bear in mind they're in a sarcophagus and they've not got arms and legs, which is literally the torso and the head. That's all, isn't it? It's not even all the torso. It's like 2/3 of it. So yeah, they're really small in the sarcophagus.
Yeah, no, but the whole dreadnought.
No. They are small, the dreadnoughts, but they're not like the Redemptor Dread, the new one. The Ballistus and the Brutalis, they're a lot bigger, but the other ones are.
That makes more sense because it's like 40 quid when I just had it in my hand.
Yeah. These are smaller because they made the Redemptor and everything deliberately bigger. They'll eventually do a size increase. I'm gonna do a video because I've got some of the original first Space Marines they ever done in metal. I've got a few of them. I've got some from when I worked there. I've got some from 5th edition, and I've got some Primaris. So I'm thinking of doing a video just showing the scale creep of them getting bigger, just to show how big they were when they first started compared to what they are now, and how much bigger. Because they're twice as big. The models are twice as big as they was. So that's one of the videos I'm thinking of doing.
The player area hasn't changed size.
No, it's actually got smaller.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually got smaller.
Alan,
It's getting to a point now where you can basically just snipe people from turn 1 without moving them.
Pretty much. Nathan, how may I help you, sir?
do you blue tack all your models to the bases before sticking them down when you paint it?
I blue tack them down because I can then do this. Let me put the big screen on. So I blue tack them down because trying to get through the legs to paint the back of that cape is a pain in the ass. So I
makes
blue tack
sense.
them down because what I can do is I can take that off and then I can get
Then you can
access under
Flip it
there.
over.
Yes, that's why I blue tack them down.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Now with
Although
the...
saying that, in the instruction, doesn't it warn you to paint that bit first?
No.
It's like when you first brought them instructions, and it just see that little bit there, it tells me where to paint.
No.
Oh, I
No.
thought you need to paint that first because you're going to start shoving bits on top of it.
No. Do it how you want, paint how you want. That's just how I do it. So I'll put them on blue tack, paint them. Like some people won't put the heads together. Some people will take the sprue,
Paint each individual piece and stick them all together.
undercut the whole sprue without snipping anything, paint it on the sprue, then snip it and put it on, and then touch in the empty bits at the end. That's how some people do it.
I've seen
could
people
not
do
be
that
arsed.
where they with airbrushing the base coat and stuff just on the sprue.
Yeah, I couldn't be asked doing that because I'll end up.
You'd have to
damaging it.
touch up where all the sprues connect.
That's what happens that's what. Look at that. Yeah, that's just been in my mouth now. Yeah. Can actually taste it.
Yeah, don't lick the wet end.
If I could glue and spray, I would do it on the spray. Really? Fucking weirdo. Fucking weirdo. Tell me.
I'm switching it up. I've glued down my Reavers onto the bases because they're easy to paint and stuff. My warsuit, the legs aren't. It's still in 2 pieces. And it's not stuck to the bases yet. So I think I'm gonna do up the base. Make it look a bit swanky. Make it actually look decent. Not like it's a.
One thing that would be nice, something that will never happen because it's Games Workshop. Have you ever seen Gundam sprues?
No.
They actually
Possibly.
they'll mold them. They'll injection mold them, obviously, like everybody else does. But they'll mold them in the colours that they're supposed to be. So when you see a Gundam and it's white and red and stuff, the parts
Yeah.
are actually white and red to begin with on one sprue. It's
right.
magical how they do it. You'll have a sprue which is like 1/4 red, 1/4 white, 1/4 blue.
That's
And then the painting that you do on Gundams is weathering and stuff.
Fair enough. Right, little top tip for everyone, as
It's
you just seen
mental
me
how
do
they
them.
it.
So, always thin your paints. So as you saw there, I put a tiny little bit of paint, and I've a couple of times just literally just dipped it in, so it's got a tiniest bit of water, pretty much that amount of water there that you can see, and then mix it in. So you want it a lot thinner consistency, because many thin coats is better than one big thick one, because you can repair many thin coats but you can't repair one big thick fucking coat. So I always have a spare brush that I just use for nothing, and that is my mixing brush. So then get your, let's use that one, brush. So what you always do with your brush, that's too thin. Let me get a different brush, sorry. And let's go with that one. Right. So because these brushes are Kolinsky Sable brushes, so basically that Kolinsky is a Kolinsky Sable is an animal, an Eastern European animal, I think it is. So
It's Siberian, I think.
is it Siberia?
Somewhere up there. It's somewhere up in that area.
Yeah.
So,
So-
like a little fox,
Yeah.
big fox.
So that
thing.
they're the hair off it. That's the hair off the Kolinsky Sable. So if you want to keep a nice tip, what you do, put it in your water, get it wet, put it in your mouth to keep the tip and get that excess water off. Then put a little bit on your brush, and then to keep the tip, you basically spin it as you pull it back, and that keeps the tip. Then you find out where you want to paint. So, like for example, we will do these cannons, and then you start painting. Now you'll notice that it doesn't look like it's getting much of a coating. That's because we want multiple thin coats. And remember not to put the paint in your... Yeah. So yeah, make sure you wash it first before putting... Now it's harmless. It's not going to do any damage to you, but it tastes fucking horrible. As you can see there now, we're starting to get a bit of colour on the barrel. So we're going to
Good
go
way of
with
getting gold
silver.
teeth, though.
Be an easy way of getting gold teeth. Yeah, we can try that. If there's enough time
Where
at the
did-
end of the stream, I'll give it a go. What,
Hey,
Where
like-
did you get your little turntable from? Is it
Uh,
Amazon, probably.
It's about a tenner on Amazon. I'll send you the link.
Thank you.
I'll send you the link. In fairness, I haven't painted.
That's something that I saw in Hobbycraft. They had those little hand clamp things.
One of them. Something
I'm
similar
going
to
to
that.
stream catch up so I can see. Yeah, but on a ball, little hand ones.
All right, because that I've got a bigger one of that I could clamp on here like this, and that sits on the top, but it'll be just there's not enough room here to do it. So
The clamps.
yeah, the clamps, boss, the clamps
Oh, you give them the clamps.
with a coffee.
I think I'm gonna head to bed. It's getting late. Past my bedtime.
Time for a wank.
No, I've already had one today.
That's why he was quiet.
He was cleaning up the mess.
Wiping it off the monitor.
Yeah, all over where your face is, Alan.
Sorry. 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 If anyone saw that, I'm sorry. Oh, I've just lost subs. Have a calm down.
I'll catch you all later.
Absolutely.
Ciao, ciao, people. Ciao, Jen.
I like the clap.
Message me tomorrow and I'll send you that link, mate.
I
Dirty
will do.
boys. We're being called dirty boys.
Oh dear. What a shame. Will we
Oh,
ever change? Absolutely not.
There you go. So you can see now it's starting to get a bit of colour on the arm. Not on the arm. Sorry, on the cat. Well, it is his arm technically. The cannon.
He doesn't have an arm.
Technically, it does. It's just the gun arm.
He is spud shaped.
Yeah. Contempt of Dreadnought. Not my favourite class of Dreadnought, I'll give you that. My favourite class is either the current shape, so the Redemptor, or I am a big fan of the Leviathan Dread. I think they look ace. And my plan eventually is to buy one and buy Chaos Hellbrute, mix them together and make a big Hellbrute the same size as a Redemptor's Dread for Jen. and put like the arm and the cannons and stuff on it, and put all the chaos stuff on it. So because the Hellbrutes are unfortunately the same size as the box dreadnought, so that's why in the game the Redemptor Dread is massive compared to the when you see it killing him in the story mode, it comes flying through the wall and it sticks its cannon in its mouth and blows him away. And it's a lot smaller because it's a box dread. So yeah, there you go. There's there's a bit of colour now in the cannon. So what you want to do now is just identify which of the bits. So obviously, if I just flip to this one, so when you're looking at it, you've got these metallic bits between its legs. You've got
Giggity.
You've got the bits on the back there as well. So you just want to find out and have a look which bits that you think are basically metallic. Just paint them. Now, because you're going to do a couple of thin coats, you can't make a mistake because you can always go back and fix it. So, let me just turn this up again so everyone can see me whilst paintings. So what I'm going to do now is these bits here on his legs, because the armor basically is silver, but I'm going to do the rest of it. Sorry, the armor's gold, but the rest of it I'm going to do in silver. And don't worry about making mistakes. We're not all professional painters. Even professional painters make mistakes. Now just take your time. Just enjoy it, really.
That's the thing that really grinds down commissioners. Because they are humans, they are going to make mistakes, but because they're getting paid to do it, they will slave over that thing for the tiniest little thing for like a week, and it just winds them up.
Yep.
If it was theirs, they would have been done like a month ago.
Yeah. And every so often, don't forget to wash off your paint, because what will happen is it'll start sinking lower and lower and lower, and you don't want it getting underneath the metal. So every so often, give it a quick clean. Get the excess off with your mouth, giggity, and then start again. Plus a wet brush is a happy brush.
It's always nice to be moist.
He had to go there, didn't he? Let me edge forward a bit and get me back against the back starting to work now.
Happily moist.
Yeah, the lighting is shite as well, because you can see I'm actually making errors. Which, like I said,
I'm waiting for the comment where Jen tells me off for saying that word, because
women don't like the word moist.
women don't like the word moist.
I don't think Jen minds. Your missus tell you off for saying that word?
My missus, no. My missus tells me off for not farting enough in bed because she's cold. Or if I fart before I get into bed, she goes, "Oi, save them." But I don't think she's ever told me off for saying moist.
I think Jen's too busy.
Tell you one thing that might be good. Another thing that'll never happen because Games Workshop don't like changing things. You know how, like in X-Wing, how X-Wing started as X-Wing on a 4x4 board with small things,
Yeah.
and then they started making bigger stuff, so they made Armada on a bigger map.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if Warhammer did that? You do your basic 2000 army, like your Space Wolves, whatever, but then they could have like an Armada kind of version, but except it's just knights and warhounds and.
They did. They used to have that. It was called Epic 40,000.
Did they?
Yeah, if you research Epic 40,000, that used to be. They've got it now. Epic 40,000 was amazing. So basically, that base that you can see. Let's go up to that one. So that base there in Epic, that would have been probably a Warlord Titan base. So now they've got it now. It's called Legion Imperialis, but it's only based on a Horus Heresy. So you used to be able to take in Epic 40,000 any army you wanted. But now it's just Space Marines. But yeah, Epic. It was called Epic. I used to play it when I was worked there.
Could you imagine on a table that's like twice the size, where you got like Warhound Titans against with some Imperial Guard and stuff really tiny next to their feet, against I don't know,
Eldar were the same.
yeah, Eldar Wraiths or big bloody Tau mechs.
Yeah, that would be amazing. That's what people said to him. Like, when they brought Legion Imperialis out, everyone's like, no, 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 no. It needs to be for 40k, not for 30k. And they're like, oh, everyone will like it, and apparently it's not doing too well.
You see, because the largest model that I can think of is that. Is it that big Tau ship?
The Tau.
The Mantis.
That is the long.
Whatever the hell it's called.
That's the biggest one that you can get at the minute.
But it's just not usable. It just sits in the corner of the map and just throws stuff because it's basically map range.
It's too big. It's too big. So the
too
biggest,
big.
The biggest model you can get for a Space Marine is a Reaver Titan, or can you get a Warlord? But definitely Reaver Titan. You might be able to get a Warlord, but in Epic,
I've seen people make some Imperators.
yeah, the size of a human.
Nearly, yeah.
But yeah, they used to do Epic, so that Contempt Dread that we're painting now would have been Reaver Titan size. So you could get like the Knights now, that would have been Warlord Titan and stuff size. It's kind of the same as what it is now in Legion Imperialis. But there you go. You see how it's starting to come. You can see the bit of a colour difference there now. So you can see the difference between the metal and the cogs and stuff. And that's what you just do. You just sit, you find a little bit, you paint it, you find a little bit, you paint it. And it all gradually just comes together. And then it just depends on how intricate you want to be. Now, I'm not a fan of this edge highlighting bullshit that they do. It's too clean. It's meant to be grim dark. It's meant to be down in the mud and the crud. So I'm not a fan of this. It's perfectly edge highlighted, because edge highlighting makes no sense to me aesthetically, because that would mean you stood in a photo booth with light all the way around you, and it's highlighting every single aspect of you. For me, you should get your model, judge where the light is, and then that side is lighter, that side is darker. That, for me, is proper aspect of lighting. The edge highlighting is too much. You're right, Jan. It is. They do it because the models look amazing. And don't get me wrong, the models do look amazing. But for me, my Asmodee model, which was the model I put forward for the Model of the Year thing that they had at the local Warhammer shop, was probably one of the best. I'm not saying it because it was mine, but it was one of the best painting models there because it was done properly with all the techniques that I know. But because it was such a small model, it's basically the Asmodee model I did was about that big. But the model that won was about that big. So it was that big off the... You see that size? It was probably this big. And it was a Legion Imperialis, so the small scale. It was one of them Warlord Titans, and that won it. And that wasn't the best painting model. And what you found with these competitions is the bigger and the more badass model looks, more people will vote for it. So it doesn't matter if you do a shit paint job. Like Be'lakor. Be'lakor's one of the easiest fucking models to paint. He's black. You would dry brush over it a bit of grey for highlight. You do his base. You do a little bit on the wings and the metal and stuff, and he's done. But people, because it's such a good model, people love it and are drawn to it and want, and that wins.
You see, I think it'd be better. Well, better is subjective, but I think it'd be fairer if it was more like a cosplay. Have you ever seen how cosplays are judged? They're not judged by the people. They'll have 3 experts, and they won't judge on what you did. They'll judge on how you did it. What your stitching is like. What gribbles you put on there. How accurate the gribbles are.
Yeah, that's good.
It could be a character that nobody's ever seen before, but if you've got 15 different types of stitching, you'll win. Because it's based on technique rather than flashiness.
And that's it. But this one I like, the model one that they're going to do at the shop, is because they want people who are passing by to go in and vote. So it's people who don't know anything about Warhammer, it's people who are just passing by. That's my favourite looking model, but then that's the one where you got to go, right, what models do people normally vote for that are just
Just do a
generic
big
models?
ass load of change. Screw it.
It won't win. It'll be Be'lakor, or it'll be one of these Titans. They'll be the ones that win, so that's why I'm doing this something different with the Helldrake. So I've got a base which is all flame. I've got men running away who are on fire, and I've got a Helldrake flying in. So I'm going for something completely outside the box, just so it looks cool as fuck, and might get me some more votes. I don't think I'll win, because people won't vote for that sort of thing, especially because they'll go for something that, like Be'lakor or something. But, you know, that's what I'm doing. Jen's going to do Be'lakor.
Sisters of Silence and bikinis.
Oh, Sisters of Silence. I love Sisters of Silence. So much better than, like, Sisters of Battle. Or Adeptus Sororitas.
I can't get over. Ever since somebody said it to me, I can't get over the haircut. No capes. You should do that. Get a sister a battle and just put it next to a custodian, and just put a speech bubble out going, no capes. Capes are out, darling.
No capes, darling. That's her off, is it The Incredibles?
The Incredibles, yeah. Is it Edna?
Edna. Yeah, Edna from me. Just paint one up as Edna. No capes, darling.
But they've all got Edna's haircut.
Yeah, they are.
The bob. Except the white.
The hair.
Hers was black.
You can do black hair. Do whatever colour you want. Wait, I think Davos is on about doing like a... Edna, that's it. Edna, well done, Jen.
And yeah.
Jen had a blonde bob when she was little.
No capes.
But there you go. So as you can see now, you're starting to get a little bit of definition in him. So he's starting to come alive a little bit. He looks mechanical. You can see the armour now on that leg. That's it. That's all you do. Ooh, right, my back is really killing me, so I'm probably going to cut the stream in a minute.
Has anyone ever painted something like your Titan or something, but in like a Borderlands cartoony block
Yeah, they will have.
style?
Yeah, they will have. People do everything, and you can just Google it, and you'll probably find a rendition of it and whatnot. So yeah, with
Matte colours,
always-
thick borders.
always close off your wet palettes. Keep it nice. Let me get rid of them. Oh, let's sit and chat for 5 minutes. I know we've been chatting most of it, but yeah, let's sit and chat for a bit. Ooh, my back. Oh, that's better. Oh, I should put the massage function on, really. So, genuinely, what have people thought of the stream? Is it something we should do again? Is it... Obviously, I need to have an adjust around here, because it's... Maybe I could put the camera, like, sort of here, looking down, you know, like right in front of me. Or... I just don't know how I
Usually
can
what
adjust...
people do, they'll tripod it so it's like more almost straight down.
Yeah. It's just trying to figure out how to do it, because the plan is... See, where this webcam is, there's probably about 10-11 inches between that and the wall. So what I need to do is I need to get a bracket for this monitor so I can push it right back. So that would then mean I can push this webcam all the way back there. Now I'm obviously sat a bit forward, but I could push the webcam further back. I can push all these monitors further back and give myself more space here, and then I can have a bit more room and whatnot. Ideally, I could do with a bit wider desk. These would go back. The lights would go on the wall as well, so I need a bracket for them, bracket for that. Push them over, give me a load of space then, so I could properly sit forward and then get the lights as good as well. Because the lights, when I was doing that then, because where the lights are, they're focusing on me and not on the model. What I used. Do you want to see? This might make you laugh. Do you want to see what I look like when I'm painting by myself?
I can just picture you with a head torch.
Hang on. Hang on. Do you want to see? Hang on. What do we do here? I don't want anyone to see it, so let me go to this one. I'm just going to turn that off. Right. I'm just going to put this on. Jen's obviously seen me. Right. I'll just put this hat backwards. Hang on. Hang on. You ready? You ready? There you go. That's what I'm normally like. So basically, I can sit there, have that like that, and I can see every intricate detail of it. And yeah,
Super squints.
and maybe talk a little bit like this. Yeah, so I could say that the interconnected 5 is always kept now. So yeah, that's kind of how that's how I do it. And then if I want to go really mad, I can just somehow turn me out like this. Nah, it's better the other way around. But yeah, that's what I that's what I'm like when I'm. I should put that. That should have been my. That should be my thumbnail.
Should be a thumbnail.
That should be my thumbnail. That
Not the entirety of your face, just your eyes.
yeah, just like zoom in.
You
from
go
that
cross-eyed
little
like not the Island Boys. What are they called now? What's the name of that American show? He had the one brother and he's all cockeyed.
bit. Is it Urkel or something? Urkel or something.
He's got massive glasses and he's
Yeah.
cross-eyed. Get one of your webcams, get some paracord, gaffer tape it to the ceiling.
What do you think of that?
Suspend your camera.
That should be me. That'll be my thumbnail. That.
I am really fighting, going.
Yeah, fight that one. Yeah, fight that one. Don't do that one. Oh. Yeah, don't do that one. Look at me, old Captain Cool. Yeah, I put this hat on before, but unfortunately, it was just like 18 times
Trailer
too
Park
small.
Boys, that's the one.
Yeah, it was about 1,000,000 times too small because someone had it on. She will be nameless. Yeah,
It's not too small, you just have a fat head.
I do have a fat head. I do have a fat head.
That's why you have to get special order cowboy hats.
There you go. Jen had to make it smaller. Had to put the seat all the way down. She basically just fucks everything up. She's tiny. She's too small. Tiny head.
You would have thought she'd want the seat all the way up with a step.
No, she drops it right down to the floor. That's why when you're watching her stream, you can only see her like about this.
On top of her head.
Hiya, you alright? I am Jen. Hiya. Yeah. That's all you see of her. And like I just sit here and if you know, you know, and then stuff like that. Anyway, it's been a good stream. It's been nice answering questions. Nice people popping by. I'm gonna have to. What I'll probably
We're
do
not
is-
nice people. There's been people, we're not nice.
There's been people and Dan popping by. It's probably looked a little bit different because obviously this should be my other camera, so it should be. There you go. Should be this camera. It looks a little bit better. And then
You want your best camera for pointing at your.
well, that's it. That's what I
your
was trying to.
paintwork.
That's what I was trying to do with this, so you can. Because I've got the black background now, it might work. There you go. So you can see there now how it's coming along. And you can actually see.
You're going to start buying macro lenses.
Yeah. You can see some of the detail now. So once I dry brush over it with the lighter gold, it'll start standing out. But no, it's been a nice stream. It has been a nice one. There we go. So I just got to put all this back together again. So yeah, so I'm thinking what I'll do is I'll figure out again how to. Fucking hell, it's way behind that stream. That's about a minute behind. that. I was just checking that. That was running weird. I'll figure out how to readjust and do everything that I need to do to get it looking a bit nicer. And I have got a little bracket, so if I could move all this back, I have got a little stand that won't go on. Yeah, I'll have to figure out how I'm going to do that, because that can come out. I can get another. Oh, actually, no, I've got that in there. Yeah, so I have got another stand for this, which has got a little screw hole on it, and I could put it on a little tripod just right in front of me here. So I could put it just like here, there, facing like the models that are painting here, and yeah, could do that. That was good timing. So yeah, it's been good. It's something different. So I'll probably do this again in about 2 weeks, because I think what I might do next week, I might do golf again, because that was quite good. I enjoyed playing golf. So I might do golf again next week. Obviously got God of War tomorrow. And yeah, that's about it. So yeah, I'll say thanks everyone for popping by. Been appreciated.
Are they doing a live action of that at some point?
God of War? Apparently it's going to be
Yeah.
Triple H. It's the rumour I've heard. Because he kind of looks like him.
They've literally got Old Man Judge.
Yeah, they have got old man.
He
Judge.
is Kratos.
He is, but he's a bit too old now, isn't he? Right, I'm going to scoot. But thank you, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you at the next one. Over to Dan.
Bye.
No, he's
Bye.
not. Bye. See you, Michael. Oh, thanks for popping by, Mike. See you, Michael. See you, Jen. See you, Dan. See you, everyone. Take care. Thank you. Bye. Love you all.